Woofy, dog. Woofy. I hear yous. I hear yous. I hear yous. I see yous. I know yours theirs. Alrighty, let's get this going. Boogity boogity boo. Okay. Get the advertisements going. Notify. Yeah, that was a pretty palm sweaty situation there. How are we doing on that video? Well, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, and it ain't gonna be nothing else. Alrighty, that's all advertised. Pin that one. Message pinned. Yeah, I like this vibe. Oh, I boo-booed. I forgot to get my link. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. In case I didn't say it enough, I'm tired. I need my link. That's why I came over here all this whole time. Mavis. No idea who Mavis is. This is some oddball music, for sure. Anybody saying hi, please use a keyframe frequency. Well, you know, it is what it is, folks. We don't have any better keyframe frequency. I don't know what to tell you. We have what we have. I don't know how to do any different. Pardon me. Whew. Woohoo! Dingle dingles. Okay. Alrighty, everything is situated, everything is turned off that needs to be turned off, everything is on that needs to be on, and we need a chat window. Alrighty, we have a chat window. Hello, Black Belt! Yeah, excuse me, man. I'm sorry if that was really loud in the microphone there. Let me know if there's anything I need to adjust. Appreciate it. You're always on the ball for me there, and I appreciate it, man. How's your hardcore world coming? We're gonna wait a minute for things to load up here. Ugh. I've been out in the sun. I worked for 2 hours, so I got a lot of dust. Yeah. Dogs are like, hurry up. Yeah, they are. Now, one dog has a weird kind of bark to it. We got Distant Horizons working again. Thank goodness. Alright, everything is running. Alrighty, we're off. We gotta go look at this. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do over here for this rest of our house today. I do have my farm. Oh, let's find out how many slime balls we have. I do have my farm ready to go. my design. I don't have it actually built or anything, but I have a design. 5 slime balls. Not gonna cut it. So we might end up stuck doing a mob farm or a slime farm or I don't know what yet, but we need more slime balls to do the flying machine. That's gonna take a little effort. I have a way to look at slime chunks using a Xaero map, so pardon me. Okay, what are we doing today? What are we doing today? I actually like this more and more as I look at it. I guess we're supposed to be making another floor. And I'm not sure what the wood's gonna be for the other floor, but I don't think I want dark wood again. I think we might use oak. Let's go take a look at our supplies. Still working on your super smelter. I don't know what happened with me. I was working on it. I had a good design going there, and then I just kind of stopped looking at it. Now I've looked at it recently, and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? I don't even know. I don't even know what I was making. Completely beyond my comprehension right now. It's weird. I don't like it when that happens and you take a lot of time to learn something and then all of a sudden you forget everything. It's like 2 steps forward and 10 steps backwards. Alright, I don't know if we're going to want this for our texture here. And I know we're not going to want it all the way around, but let's get a general idea maybe in this room. If this is what we want, and then I have to figure out what the wall out here is going to be. I don't know what I'm going to do with this exterior wall yet. I'm a little thumped. And then do we want to have it be just cut off textures like that? Or do we want to do some other texture to kind of have a border between the two, like maybe some kind of stone? I don't know yet. Probably stone would look really good. And I gotta figure out about this wall. Are we gonna do another layer of this brown stuff? Let me get out here and take a look. I have not tried the Happy Gas yet. It is on my to-do list. Okay, so we've got some choiceries. A couple of choiceries. Gotta make some decisions today. Let's try choice number 1 and see what we think. I need to get the second floor in so I can get the roof on. Man, we gotta get this thing built. I'm no hardcore player. I just go plopping on the ground every time I need to go anywhere. Yeah, I hear you, villager. What are you talking about? Okay, so what we's thinking is we don't want to increase necessarily the height of the windows. I don't think that would look good. But I'm wondering if perhaps I want to increase the wood part over the windows. So let's grab some wood and figure this out. We're just gonna figure it out as we go. And if you have any thoughts or feedback, feel free to post. I'm always listening. Still working on coding my storage system. I got so frustrated. I tried for, oh, pook. I tried for a little while to do the storage stuff, and it kept failing, you know, because you have to have so many items in the hopper, and then if it do something wrong, I guess there's new storage with the copper golem. I don't know how that's going to look or work, but I guess that's a thing now. And I'm wondering if maybe that will solve the problem for me and make it work better for me. I don't know. All right, now we've got some more choices to make. So you guys can help me decide if this is going to work or not. So here's what I'm thinking. We run this all the way down to the bottom, and that puts it on either side of the window. So that's what it would look like if we were to do that. Let's go to sleep. Ooh, that's a perfect angle. So are you using the typical redstone for the storage system where you've got a hopper and you've got to have so much in it and etc., etc.? Is that what you're doing? I like this better. I like the look of that better. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, but I'm going to go with that. I think it was Tango that came up with it originally, although I might have the wrong name. What is with this music right here? Is somebody doing exercises? I mean, I don't understand what I'm hearing. So the immediate flaw that I'm seeing with this design here is that there's no trim in between with this design. And I'm not sure I like it, but let's take a look after we get it put in, and if we do like it, we'll keep it. Very good question. Do we want to texture like the door? Kind of have a little bit of a marker there, perhaps. Something like that, perhaps. I don't know. We've got to think about it and make some decisions. First, we got to get all of our blocks before they just spawn on us. I actually think I like that better. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'll read it here in just a second. And that makes more sense, you know, with our design here. But I don't know. I'm beginning to think we shouldn't have it around this here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, let's run in and grab our blocks that we have scattered everywhere. I'll sit with that for a little bit, but we're going to work from that premise for right now. And I'm not sure if we're going to keep the door like this or not. We'll think about that some more. We've been trying to get all of our blocks that we have scattered around here. Alright, looks like we only got a few that are left. Looks like we've got one out here by this door that we've got. Well, I hope you're able to finish your storage system and you don't get frustrated like I did, because that was a bit of a headache for me, I gotta say. Are you on top? Where is this stray block that we're missing here? We still don't have it. Okay, there we go. I think we finally got the last block. Not 100% sold there, but I like how the rest of it looks. I think that looks a lot better than what we had. And less like an office building. I kind of wonder if I really want to have a window here where the chests are or not. Looks kind of weird having no window right there in that wall. There is room to put a chest and it won't look too awkward. But I think I'm going to leave it blank. I think we're going to push that one. Somehow I have less of the dark brown blocks, even though I picked up a whole bunch and I didn't use them anywhere. I have no idea how that's supposed to work. Where did I use them on? Okay, so these are going to be, what, a little too high? Yeah, a little bit too high. Doing a little chain parkour here. Hey, I did it. I hit it. Not very well, but we did it. I like my storage setup. I think I'm going to have lots of room. Close, but no bananas. We have no bananas today. It's a good question. Do I want to have a beam going along here for our supports? Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Now I can get in by 2 over there. That works out. And then if he cancels on me, I will have an extra. So, whoa, this is dirty phone. My phone, it's all dirty. Alrighty. That is a lot of golems wandering around out there, folks. So that was my chiropractor, and aiming now for 1 o'clock on Thursday to go get my back worked on, darn it anyway. Now it looks like this is about in the middle. Let me see if that's about right. It's very close. So technically, if we wanted a beam here, it would not be a bad idea. Bumbles. Let's see how that would look. I don't even know what kind of beam I would use for that. Do we want to use like a spruce beam? Do we want to use like an oak beam? We don't have any more oak. Let's aim for an oak beam, but I gotta go get me some wood. My kingdom for an oak tree. Don't let the sun go down on me. Parificata. We can sleep here by the ocean. Listen to the ocean waves. Okay, it looks as if we've got 39 of those bad boyses. And we're missing... Oh, it's an apple. Alrighty. I think that's good enough. We don't have to be better than that. Let's use a beam here on this and run that across. I think that would be a better idea than what we had. And I don't know why I was jumping around when I could have just walked across and built my scaffolding. Was I trying to show off or something? I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, I hear you, guy. I think we'll do the roof the usual way, like I like to do it. I'm not thinking that I'm going to have the beam hanging out anywhere, because this is not meant to be like a lodge where you would have the beam hanging out anywhere. That's not what we're making here. Alrighty, now we need some stair stepples. Alrighty, well, we could do it two different ways, but I'm just going to do it my normal way. Except that one corner there needs to be a full block. Just the way I like to do it. I get a little more headroom and it just looks cool and I like it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, come on. Not enough stairs? Are you kidding me? What is this? Probably have more stairs hiding somewhere. Ooh, tired. Ooh. Do we have slabs? Oh, this is interesting music. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Hello, Astro Jade. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if the black belt's still there. He might be. But he kind of fell silent there. But it's nice to see you, man. How is you doing? Is you doing good? Gonna try this for our floor for now. Changing up our wall design a little. I apologize for yawning. I'm really burnt out, man. I don't mean mentally burnt out, although there's a little of that, but it's not the kind of burnout that I mean. It's been a long, tiring day today, and I am wore out. Oh, darn it, even talking about being wore out's wearing me out. Now here is where we has a problems. I can't make the two. This looks good like this. That looks perfectly fine. It makes sense. It looks good. I can't make it match over here, so I don't know if I should just do like a full block and not do a design, or if I should try to do a design, or... You know what? Let's just do a full block. Oh, and I've got another problem. You guys didn't catch me. And I caught it, but too late. Now I gotta redo everything. Arrgh! Fudge. Fudge popsicles. See, this can't be way here. It has to be down below. I have to lower the chains one more, I think. Because we can't have the, we can't have the floor have this big old log in the middle of the floor design. It's one of the problems that I'm finding with trying to figure out how to do internal design. It's a little more tricky than I would have thought initially. So how are you doing today, Astro Jade? I don't know if I asked already, but if I didn't, I'm asking now. I'm not 100% sold either on that, because that's awful low for the chains. They're not really hanging that far, but then again, maybe it'll look okay. I guess we'll find out in a minute. I got you. Yeah, I also just play Rocket League, watch YouTube, and that's pretty much how my day goes. Oh man. Sorry to hear if that's, you know, a negative or bad thing, but if that's what you enjoy, I guess it's not, right? Leg, pardon me. Why do I keep wanting to put it there? Why? Why? I don't know. We're going to have to look at this and see if we can actually live with this. I may not like that. I don't know yet. I would still have to figure out what to do here for the floor because that looks kind of weird. You know what? I don't mind it, actually. It feels right. It feels the right height. It's like a low beam. It's just going into the storage. You can still see the chests. I like it. I'm going to say it's a pass. You guys let me know what you think. Oh, this is going to change. Yeah, we have to change this. And I have to decide if I am going to outline the doors or just put them in the wood and call it good. I just don't know what I want to do on that yet. But I see another problem. I like this trim on the inside, but I don't like it on the outside, so I'm not sure what to do about that yet. I'll probably just get rid of it. I don't think I'll keep the trim. Good, somewhat okay. Start working, gotta build my system. Since now I have to wake up early, I have to tune out faster, so you have only 50 minutes left and I gotta clock out. I like your builds, Jim. It's always super relaxing. Thank you. That's what I'm trying for. If it's relaxing, I'm doing my job. Because I know I'm not the only person out there that's stressed out and having a rough time. So if I can make it relaxing and chill for others, I'd like to do that, you know? So thank you. I am glad to contribute in that way. Please forgive me for my yawning. I can't stop. Ugh. Then maybe I need to breathe deeper. Looks like I've got a roommate, folks. He doesn't say much. He just walks around and goes, huh. That's all he does. He walks around and goes, huh. All these golems out here, Jiminy Christmas. I think it's about time to go to the car wash. Well, hopefully I'll figure out better how to do. I'm trying to learn. Oh, Pookie Bear. Yogi Berra. I'm trying to learn how to do an internal layout and make that work. So hopefully I'll figure that out. I'm trying to figure out how to get it where I have an inside and an outside and everything's all laid out in advance. That's kind of what I want to do. It's going to be interesting to see if I can make a good roof for this particular design. You know what? That's not going to have any, just the outside. And then I don't know what's going to happen with these guys. I'm gonna have to do some tinkering, but the floor up here looks good. And then we just have to figure out what the layout's going to be for the upstairs. Do we want to mirror downstairs or do we want a different layout? I haven't even thought of what kind of floor layout we're going to have up here yet. I'm slacking. I might even make these stairs out of oak instead of this. Well, I hope you have good luck saving up for your system there, Mr. Astro Jade. You were using a laptop for a while, right? Am I remembering correctly? Yeah, laptops just aren't gonna cut it anymore, you know, unless you get a really good one. For some of the gaming stuff that we want to do. Alright, I am stymied here. I like this middle floor like this, and I'm probably going to keep it. But I don't know. I don't know about the rest of this. I don't think I can keep it out here. This will have to be different. And do I want this line here? I don't know. That's a lot of golems everywhere, yeah. What I did in my village was I placed multiple zombies on a 3-block height around the village. And replace lava with water and get them. Oh, okay. So they would be baited right into your little system there. That's a really cool idea. I might have to give that a try. Test it out, see if I can get mine a little bit different. Yeah, sometimes they walk right on into my car wash. I don't know what attracts them to go in there, but they do it. It's weird. Alright, we need some acacia. Oh, okay, so I had a lantern in here up above somewhere to kind of light this area up. I see what I'm doing. I've got 25. It's not enough to do everything, but we can do a few things with it. Yeah, I'm still not sure about doing the frame, but I do like the looks of this better when I do it this way. I think that looks good. I'm not sure about the door. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate it for right now and think about it some more. And then what should we use in here? I don't think we have any terracotta stairs, and I don't think we can make any, but we should look into that. That would be a really awesome block for the underside of that, but maybe we'll just use oak. Yeah, for right now, let's keep it simple and use oak. But I should look to see if we can do anything with the terracotta. I'll have to try your idea one of these days, Astro Jade. I still use that. I'm surprised it still works this year. Makes it 9 years and oh wow, you were ahead of me on that whole idea then. Here I thought I was this brilliant guy figuring out how to get the golems to do that, and you already had it figured out long before I did. I have been officially put in my place. I think this is gonna be this block, and then we gotta go find some acacia. I think that's how we want to do this design here, and then I'm not sure about this wall here. Yeah, I just got the idea in my head from somewhere just to take a lead and just drag them through the lava thing, and then I get my iron. I don't even need an iron farm. It worked real good. I was proud of my ingenuity. Alright, we gotta figure out some kind of lighting for in here. No idea what that lighting is gonna be or look like. We can put some lanterns in like the corners. That is one possibility. We can put some lanterns like on these tables. We can probably get away with hanging lanterns right here on the beam. And another place that I like to hang lanterns, I'm finding works really good. Let's go see if we have some. Oh no, I don't have any lanterns. Oh no. My life is over. No lanterns anywhere. Ugh. Okay, come on. We gotta have some lanterns somewhere in the world. I wish I was smarter back then. I think I only added the SAT about the SSD about here. I only had known. You know, for me, it's not so much intelligence, it's mindset. I want people around me that think a little higher and more expansively than I'm currently getting. If that makes any sense at all. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm dealing with. One of my issues. It's hard to stretch, you know, to stretch further and to do more when the folks around you, you know, aren't able to give you that. Let's take a nappy. Really like lanterns. I have too much to brush up on in Minecraft. Hey, that's one of the fun things about it, man. There's always something new to learn, something new to do. Our music might have finished on us, so I have to go find us another one. Ooh. Alright, we might be able to make this work. Maybe not. I'm wasting a lot of iron here, I know. It's not really efficient or very smart. But I don't want to go dealing with the villagers for an hour and a half. I'll just go make a bunch right now and I don't have to worry about it. And I can get more iron right now, actually. Let's do a real quick car wash run. I gotta clear up one inventory slot. I have no idea why there are so many here. They like to get caught up on things. I have to watch them, otherwise they don't go where I want them to go. Yeah, let's go this way. Be easier. Alrighty, let's get rid of some more of these fellas. We don't need so many around, and I can use the iron. I don't even need to make an iron farm anymore, and I don't need to make a village breeder, you know, villager breeder. It's just not something I need. All I gotta do is have a farm, give them some extra bed, and I have enough villagers to last me for anything I need. I bet you there's a whole bunch of these fellas. Can you imagine getting smacked in the by that lead running that guy right at you? You know, that would be painful. Get hit by a 50-ton golem. Alrighty, sorry about the ear blast there, folks. But there we go. We just cleared up some space, and I guarantee you there'll be 100 golems to replace him inside of 5 minutes. Hold on, let me read. Makes sense. I'm really happy I was able to branch out using the internet. Else that I'd be only learning stuff via work. Yeah, that internet does open some doors there. I don't know whether it's just the work mentality of just playing Minecraft too much and trying to be efficient, but I've started to think of using shortcuts a lot, anywhere I can to be efficient as possible. I didn't know you could attach leads to, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm proud of, my little, what I call the car wash. Just drag them to a lava source. Well, that is my iron farm. That's my substitute for an iron farm. Because I don't need to have any kind of, you know, where golems are being summoned. Because if you look around the village, take a look. I can't figure out how this happens. But the bell's right here. But I always get a ton of golems in this side, but none over here. So I got all those guys, and I can regularly count on those being there. And then I got a bunch that are wandering around. And then I got more that are wandering around out around me all over the place. So that's what I use in substitute for an iron farm, because an iron farm's a lot of materials and building, and it's wonderful if you want to spend the time to do that. I'm not against it, especially if you need a lot of iron. But for the needs of just what I need here, just being able to drag them through what I call the car wash, that's good enough for me. That gives me all the iron I need. So it works really great for me. I don't need any more than that. Alright, I don't know if this would be enough lighting in here. I hope I answered your question pretty good. But yeah, I call it an iron farm. It's probably not technically an iron farm. I mean, if you want to be technical. Probably not, but it's what I call an iron. You know what? I could put a lantern here. I like that idea, but can I do something different than that? And then you have these little spots in the back, but I want something more creative and better than that. Like, I can't put one here because it's in the way of that barrel. I can't hang them because, yeah, that's not going to be the right height. And it would look funny to change it. And I can put scaffolding in here. I just don't know if that's too dark back there that mobs are going to be able to spawn in that. Really going to have to think about this a little bit and figure out what I want to do. And yeah, I can put something up here too. That's another possibility. And then of course you can put something in the floor, but I didn't really want to do that. That would kind of not match the theme that we're trying to do here. I do have the option of putting something like right there. So I could do something like this. just kind of meet in the middle so that the pattern kind of doesn't look too off. What do you guys think? Is that good enough? And if I really want to get carried away, yeah, I could hang two, but this way I don't use too many. I think that's going to work. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I think that's going to work. I'm going to keep the floor solid up here and have a design here just to make that look good. And I think that should be enough lighting in here. Now I just need some more acacia to fill up what we got going on over here. Yeah, let's go get you some more music, and hopefully I can get it to run. It takes me a second to get everything running. Oh, we're going to have some fog. No, what you're doing is clever. Whatever, Argenta, you are just dragging them to a source and getting your iron. If you place solid blocks 2 blocks above the carrot potato farm, they'll stop spawning. It's okay. I want to find out. I don't want to stop them spawning. I like that they spawn, even though it is annoying. I actually am kind of used to it, and I kind of don't mind that they're spawning there, but I would like to know what is causing that to happen. That's what I would like to know. Because I want to use that and apply it to my iron farm design that I built. I'm always feeling like I'm kind of in a competition with Airy, you know? Because Airy's really good at figuring out with his iron farm design, and I was really proud of mine. But if I can figure out how that spawn works there by the bell that they're doing, then I'd be ahead of Airy. Because that's really going to increase the spawn rate, because they just keep producing them there and they never stop. And they're supposed to check and not have, you know, any spawning of those guys, but they don't. All right, is it nighttime yet? Do we need to sleep? I need to get some saplings. I need to have some acacia. We need more acacia wood. It's almost nighttime. We're not quite there yet. I don't know that we're going to be able to get our trees planted before night falls. Oh, it looks like my roommate's following me down here. I was like, who's opening up my door? All right, let's put this away and go to bed before the bad guys spawn and come get us. I don't know where my roommate went. I didn't know I had a for rent sign up. Okay, dude, give me some emeralds for sleeping here tonight. Bar said, bye, catch you later. Looks lovely. Oh, hold on. It may not be as dark as it seems to be. Hold on, I'm reading. Oh, okay, mobs on spawn side. Okay, yeah, but when it looks darker, may be as dark. Okay, it looks lovely. Definitely dreamy. Bye, Dream. Sorry for leaving. I'll have to go. Okay, catch you later, man. I'll try to start a little earlier, too. When building an iron farm, the villagers trigger the spawn when they see zombies, so maybe there is not lit very well? Okay. Or if the golems respond, rip them falling onto the farm? Yeah, maybe. Okay, sweet dreams. Good night. Toggles look cute. Yeah, I got different breeds, too. Catch you later, Astro. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's fun hanging out with you. All right, let's find some music. We need some music. We're on collections. What do they have under streaming? All right, have a good day there, Astro, and let me know about your computer bill, and if you're looking for advice, let me know. I can give you some advice for that. That's one thing I'm good at. I like the EDM feels, it says. How big is the playlist? Ooh. We're going to EDM feels. Now the question is, can I find... Alright, we're going to add a source. We're now adding an app. We're adding Adderall. Alright, anyway, music. My tongue fell asleep. There we go. I've got it. You guys got music? I got music. Cool. Hello, Glowberry. Welcome to the stream. And how is Glowberry this fine day? Yeah, I know. My tongue is just kind of tripping over itself right now. Do I have a little bit of... Yes, I do. Yeah, we were hanging out with Astro Jade for a little bit, talking about the design and stuff. He was very complimentary. I appreciated that. He's off to work or to sleep or I don't know what, but he's off to do something. Hopefully that'll spawn it quicker. We need to have that wood to finish our trim. Let's show you what we're doing there, Barry. Astro Jade thinks it just may be darker because of my shaders or because of my screen or whatever. And that's possible. I'm not sure I have all my settings right. How do you tell, you know? So this is the room in here that I thought might be a little dark, so I added these lanterns. But we got this done today. So this is our storage area and our hallway and going into this room. And we're changing the outside design a little bit. And that's why I need the acacia. This is what we've decided to go with. I thought this looks better. So that's what we're doing. And we're putting in the floor. And we're going to change that as we go around. Tercera. I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's see about finishing. Okay, so we have this giant room. And obviously windows and things are not all the same. We have two choices. We can run that way, this way, run a beam. Or we can flow with that hallway and run beams this way, but I don't know where I want to put them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we've got a problem. If we use this, we're going to be right on top of that window, which is not going to look good. But maybe we can come up with a design that will work with that. I don't know. Let's take a look at my bag of tricks here. Let's see what this would look like. It's going to go all the way down to here. Put every sapling in a big square, then you may not get enough saplings to replenish the sapling supply. I have figured it out that sticking them in batches of 8 usually gives me all the wood that I need. It may not be the most efficient. I may find out that I need to do something a little different. But for right now, it seems to be working. But you know me, if you do the research and you find that what I'm doing isn't the most efficient or the best way to do it, let me know. And I will change, obviously. Alright, next question. do we want any more beams across this living room? We could stick one theoretically here. Let's add the beams, and we're going to see if we like it, and if we don't, then let's take them away. Because it is kind of getting into our headspace just a little bit, and I don't know if I want to do that too much. We'll just do it this far, and we'll get down in there, and we'll figure out if that's what we want. Because this is a long, expansive space. Yeah, that's too crowded. Let's just have the one beam for right now. One beam doesn't feel too crowded. Now the next question. Do we want cross beams or do we want just the one beam? Alright, and then the final question is, what do we do about this? Because you don't want to have a beam over your window. Yeah, it's Minecraft and it's not realistic, but, you know, I still want to be realistic. That side won't matter. But if I'm going to do one side, I need to match the other side. Let's grab some... Oh my goodness, I don't have enough glass. I'm always short on supplies around here, folks. You would think I would be better prepared by now. You'd be wrong. Beams are good. You could have a high beams and top slabs in between. The problem is if I make the beam too high, it's going to become part of the floor, and I don't like that. I don't want that being in my floor design. It would work if I knew where the wall was going to be upstairs, but I haven't figured out the layout upstairs yet. I'm slacking. I don't know what the upstairs wall is going to even look like right now. So that's what we would have. We would have... Now what we could do is we could do two narrow and then have two wide on either side and have the narrow in between. I kind of like that. I think I'll do that for right now. And then we'll copy that same thing over here. We'll have it, the two narrow in the middle. Wasting a little glass, but that's no big deal. I think I'm going to be happier overall with that, kind of matching that pattern to some extent. Although I do see an issue. Okay, so we're going to have to do a slight different pattern on this wall than I thought. Okay. I don't know what that was. I guess I found another map that I didn't know I had. I like to make things match and make sense a little bit. I don't want to be too out there. How about that? There you go. And that fits that pattern as well. So it does repeat the pattern, which I think will work good. Okay. Let's go out and get whatever blocks we left down there. Spruce trapdoors. I was watching one of the Hermitcraft folks and they were doing that, you know, the whole spruce trapdoor thing. And people would come by and open them all up. Oh, that would be funny. You know, I was using spruce or some kind of trap door for my shelving supports at one time. I still like them, but I keep hitting them every time I want to open the chest. I end up moving my trap door. Yeah, see, we got good growth rates over here. And the mod we have on here is going to replant all of this for us. Alrighty, we're in good straits here, and we will add the few that didn't get planted. Alrighty then. I don't mind this music. This is working for me, although I kind of want some rock music right now. Oh, hey, let's watch flowers open, folks. We got to do that at least once today. Ugh. Lukewarm water down to the dregs of the AG1. Hey, they opened. Look at that. Like little eyeballs looking at me. Roof, roof. Roof, roof. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof. That one dog's very vocal. He has a lot to say. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're good. We got my AG1 for the day. No, this video is not sponsored by AG1. Yeah. Pardon me. I'm making some weird noises, I know, but that stuff is... Ah. Yep, orange flower. So how are you doing today, Barry? How is Barry's life, and how is Barry's work going? We got the firefly flowers too, the firefly bushes. Those things are really fun. All right, let's finish this interior space. We got a bunch of oak wood, and we can now make us some asturzas. I'm good. Work 7 hours, 4 days a week for my aunt and uncle. Ah, you mind me asking what kind of work you do? Are you outdoor work, pulling weeds and stuff like that, or? If you don't want to say, that's fine. Just was curious. I am currently doing, oh shoot, maybe 8 hours a week, maybe, and not consistently, helping a friend of mine. He started a lawn business, more than mowing. So now I am doing that kind of work. And it is kicking my hiney quarters, to say the least. Let's go way overboard on the lighting in here. Because why not, right? What do you guys think? Does that look alright? And then you come in here, and it's a little bit different, but that's okay. We want it to have some definition, you know? Do pays $10. Oh, that's sad, man. You should be earning at least 16, man. But at least you're getting something. Landscaping, gardening, interior, exterior. Okay. Well, if they're not on a fixed income and it doesn't bother you to ask them, I mean, it's not my business, but if I was in your shoes, I'd ask to be earning at least, 16 an hour. But if they're feeling like they're doing a favor, or you want to do them a favor, or they're on a fixed income and don't have a lot of money, then, you really don't want to do that. But I'm learning more and more and more, especially as I get older, that I need to be paid properly for my time, And yard work is hard. It really is. Some people disagree, but I just think it's hard. Ikepoogles, that did not go in the right spot. Yeah, you're doing pretty much what I'm doing, except I didn't do any painting yet. But I've been doing some odd stuff. Helping clear ivy off a house once. Mopping a basement with some really cleaner that had chlorine in it, man. Couldn't breathe down there. I had to clean that, floor because of all the mouse stuff. But I've been paid pretty good, so I have no complaints. Alrighty. I'm not gonna complain because who would be listening to me anyway? The retired can't. Yeah, I got you. I understand. You want me to get a real job, and this is a place to stay with air. Okay, so you're staying there. Okay, yeah, you don't want to mess that up. They're being generous and giving you a place to stay and giving you a little money. I will never understand. I'm going to go through the rest of my life, and I will never understand ever, and I'm just going to accept that I don't understand it. I will never understand what the heck a real job is. Because a job is a job. It's not about different levels of reality. In my mind, anyway. What do you mean a real job? I'm working, aren't I? Darn it anyway. What makes you think that working at Safeway for however many dollars an hour is any more realistic than what I'm doing now? Give me a break. Let's see. Do I want to have maybe a couple of cross? If I did one cross beam, it wouldn't fit. Pardon me. I got to itch my ear. Got headphones on for you guys so you don't hear a lot of exterior noises. Trying to make it nice for you. I could do 2. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna look good. Let's test it. Yeah, next time someone tells me to get a real job, I'm gonna look them in the eyes and I'm gonna say, what the do you mean? But you know what? I'm older, so I'm allowed to have a bit of an attitude. I've earned it. Alrighty. Well, that's one possibility. And the other one is to double it. Which would provide for some excuse for like a support system, but I don't think I'm going to like it. I just don't think I'm going to like it, but let's give it a try. We don't know till we try. We don't know nothing until we try. Yeah, stop being a YouTuber. Get a real job. Man. If I had a therapist, they'd need a therapist. The weird sound effects in this music, it makes me think that my guy's picking up stuff. What do you guys think of that? I think that works, actually, oddly enough. Don't ask me why it works, I just think it does. So I'm going to go ahead and continue it. Because why not? It's my house and I can make it look the way I want. Gosh darn it, anyway. Pretty stars out tonight. I'll read the chat here in a minute. Got into build mode. Makes sense to me. Real jobs are like state-approved businesses that deal with the general public. But still a job is a job. So I found out that glowberries can grow when placed on the bottom of waterlogged mangrove roots and waterlogged copper grates. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to try that somewhere. Glowberries are fun. I need to have some around. I'll show you really quickly before I go to bed. I know I'll probably risk getting killed out here, but take a look at this. I know that the firefly bushes out here, I'm going to do this so I can't worry about any guys coming at me, but look at this. These things are cool. They kind of glow a little bit, so I wouldn't mind having some glowberries out here to add to the nice particle effects we're getting. I think that's really neat. We'll have to go looking for some glowberries. Oh, and they make a buzzing noise too out there. That's really cool. They can also be placed under mud, so you can have a sugarcane farm on top of a glowberry farm. Oh, okay. Definitely have to look into that at some point. Okay, so we found that we liked that double thing in the middle, and because I'm just an oddball guy and that's just how I am, I'm going to do that right here. I don't know if it's going to match the other side. I'm kind of curious, actually. Is it going to match the other side? Probably not. But, no, not quite. The other side's right here. So it's slightly off. But you would never be able to tell that unless you were sitting there measuring it out or something. No, I don't agree with that statement, Barry, and I'm not qualified to give any advice. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm not a professional. I'm just a tired guy that's worked his whole life and killed himself off for pretty much nothing. And I've learned a few things along the way, but I really feel that how do I put this? I don't think that the prescribed path to making a living, I mean, if it works for you, then you should do it, obviously. I mean, I would never advise somebody to not do something that works for them. But if you want to have more than working yourself till your body's beat to a pulp and you have to retire, you know, broken down and beat up with very little money, depending on Social Security at 70, well, I think there's better ways to earn money. I think, you know, starting a business is really the best way to go. And I highly recommend, if there's anything at all that you really like to do and you're really good at doing, highly recommend you consider starting a business doing that. I think you're going to find that's a much better path. But, you know, take that advice with a grain of salt. I'm just a YouTuber. You know, I'm a nobody. But I've learned over the years that I'm just tired. Tired of working myself to a frazzle. I think I like this. It's a little bit overwhelming on the lighting, possibly, maybe. And I might cut some lanterns out. But for right now, I'm okay with this. This is okay. I have to really think about it and decide if I want to put anything in here and split this room up at all in any way. And I've got room here to do it. But for right now, we're going to live with it. I think it's good. So we're going to do that. Yeah, I am just tired of everybody else telling me this is how you're supposed to do things. But then again, you know, that has led me down a path where I'm not earning a lot of money. I don't have stable income. I'm not supporting myself right now. But then again, I didn't have anything that I could do. I didn't have any ideas for a business I could start. So maybe someday we'll figure that out. It does look good. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Firefly bush is buried under dirt with some empty space with good particles. Yeah, I know that. That'd be cool, like putting that like in a galaxy floor or something. I did put a link in the Discord. Don't have any skills. It's not skills that a company would pay you for. It's things that you're good at that you could do for other people, like a service you could offer. Like, what would be a good example? Well, like if you were really good at programming, you could start a programming business. You know, you could do that. So it's called SAS, Software Service. That's a path. It works. Brown trim on the top and bottom is... Oh, you like it on the top and bottom. Okay, well, I was removing it from the... and just having it on the bottom in this one wall. I was removing it because I thought it looked better, but if you think it looked better before with the trim on the top and bottom, let me know in the chat. Maybe I'll reestablish it. I just got to figure out how to make that work. I was changing it up and making it more of the orange and just keeping... I mean, on the outside, it's on the top and bottom, but on the inside, it doesn't appear that way. Well, no, it's not on the top and bottom because I'm not having it here on this bottom strip. Yeah, that's right. I didn't mean to mislead there. Yeah, I have to admit that I've kind of failed. I can't think of any business that I could do either, so I don't really have much room to speak for anybody. I just don't think that road's gonna lead where I want to go, you know, working 9 to 5 for 40 years and then retiring. That's my problem. Found a solution? I have not. So does that look better or worse than what we had before? Let me know in the chat. AI will take much job. Yeah, but not yet. And somebody has to run the AI eventually. You think the trim top and bottom is good? On the outside, brown stripes. I could do acacia trap doors. It's possible. Alright, well, let me know if you think that this is better or worse than the top and bottom. I think this looks better, but I'm curious to see what you think on that. I don't know if my mom needed me for something. She was looking over here, but I just waved. I kind of want to just have it like I have it, but if everybody thinks that it looks better having it on the top and bottom, then maybe I should redo it. I do like it here though on the bottom. I think that looks really good where I can put that. You know, there is no reason why we can't keep the trim in here because, yeah. But I don't think I will. I'm really kind of sold on my path right now of having the acacia be there. I'm not convinced that it looks better without it yet. But I always want to listen to feedback, so if other people think it looked better the other way, then I got to pay attention. Alrighty. Barry, I'm going to give you a book recommendation. Guy explains things far better than I ever could. And I think he's a smart guy, but, you know, again, I'm just a YouTuber, so take it with a grain of salt. But the book is called The Fast Lane. The author is DeMarco. Try to remember to send you a link tonight after stream. If you get a chance and go to your library, check that book out and read it. I think you said you weren't a big reader. I don't remember. But if you can get yourself to read it, I think it'll change your perspective a little bit and at least help you to be a little better informed. You know? Give you some better tools in your toolkit. I'm really liking how this is looking. I think it's getting better. I think it's looking better. Do I have any blocks that I'm missing? Yes, I'm missing a bunch of blocks. Where are my blocks at and how do I get them back? They must be outside. How are the villagers inspecting my work, I wonder? Oh, they're on the bottom. They're underneath where the dog pen's going to be. Coolidge. Okay, apparently I can't get a hold of them that way, so I'm going to have to rip the wall out to get at my blocks. They're not cooperating today. I think my axe is getting ready to break on me. I wonder where this... Oh, I see one block is here, and then it says there's another block. This is that trippy music. I like it, though. You think on top... Okay, yeah, I read that. Wanna do acacia trapdoors, got that. Okay, you like it. Yeah, MJ DeMarco. Yeah, Millionaire Fastlane. It expresses what I was trying to tell you, and it gives you a different perspective. And it's all about what we were talking about the prescribed path to life, to wealth. Basically talks about get rich slow. What's his clever statement he uses? Something about the wheelchair. My brain froze up on me, and I don't remember the words that he uses. But it's dark, but it's funny. It's funny dark, you know. And you realize he's really telling the truth. It really is how things are set up. And yeah, if you read that, you're going to get a different perspective, and it might help. And if I ever do figure out any sort of a business or service that I can offer and I start getting that going, I'm going to post information at the Discord, at my blog. I might even make some videos, and I'll help other people out because I want to share, you know. If I ever figure any of this stuff out and manage to get anywhere at all in my life, that's what I'm going to do. I like this song a lot. See what you guys think of this music. Hey, our floor is almost done. We almost have our whole entire top floor all figured out, folks. We're making progress. We got some good music, and I'm in a good build mode here. I'm grooving here, folks. So I need some ideas. What are we going to put in these rooms? Because we're going to have all these rooms down here. Then I have to figure out the layout when I get outside. I'm going to go ahead and continue this brown trim right in here. I think that would look good. I'm going to keep it. But yeah, we need to figure out what's going to go in these rooms. Somewhere in here, we're going to have an enchanting area. We got to figure out what's going on upstairs. In house design, I believe there's something called an upside down house or top down or some other kind of phrase they use. And it means that the bedrooms are on the first floor or the bedrooms are on the second floor. I'm thinking this one's going to be one with bedrooms on the... You know what? I'm going to continue the trim here too. I've just changed my mind again. But this one's going to have bedrooms on the second floor, I believe. And I don't know if the enchanting area is going to be on the first floor, but we're going to have all of our work stuff, I think, down here. I've made a decision. This is how it's going to look. This here is going to change, but this wall here... Although... Every time I look at it, I get the idea that it looks like a bowling alley. I don't know why. I have no idea where that came from, so don't ask, because I don't know. But that's what my brain tells me. It looks like a bowling alley. Just one of those oddball things that happens. And then when you come out here, you can just see a little bit of the trim. And doesn't look too bad. Yeah. I like it. Too many lanterns, though. We need to figure out our lighting better. We need to have some subtle light sources, but we'll do that later. Okay, we just about have everything done. This one here we're going to leave blank, like we've got it. We can continue the trim along this wall here if we wanted to. And it would make this make more sense. But then we have a problem here. I'm not sure on this. And then leave that blank unless we're going to run the trim around the door. Which was a thing I was thinking about, but I don't think I can make it look good. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Let me read all that. Oh, hello, Black Belt. Welcome back. Hello. Did you see what I said, Dream Bliss, about glowberries? Yes. Being only placed on mud as well as waterlogged mangrove roots. Yes, I have that. Hold on a minute. Let me write it down in my journal here. I got my little YouTube journal. I'm going to write it down with your name. I think it's the 22nd today. I'm going to call it Barry Recommends. Glowberries on mud. And that's on the underside of mud. And waterlogged roots. And you can combine that with a sugarcane or bamboo or some other kind of farm. Sugarcane farm, yeah. I got it written down and you've got the credit for it. Can have sugarcane farm on top. Could also place on bees' nests. All right, I got it. I wrote it down and you've got the credit for it. So if we ever do that, I'm going to be, hey, Glowberry or Berry or however you want to be referenced gave me this idea, and you're going to get the credit for it. Okay. Let's take a look around, folks. What do you guys think? So, Barry said that I should have the brown trim on top and bottom. I'm going to change this out so that it's the way the rest is, but I like it like this, where it's just on the top. But let me know what your vote is in the chat. I'm liking what we've got. I think it's looking pretty darn sweet. Barry and I were talking a little bit of, you know, work and employment and stuff of that nature. I'm not sure. I better keep this because there might be a frame or something here, but this one we don't need. And I was giving him a book recommendation, Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. I was trying to give him a different perspective than a prescribed path of, you know, get a job and... But I also made it clear that I'm just a YouTuber, so take it with a grain of salt, you know. I'm no professional and I'm not standing on my own supporting myself, so I'm definitely not a good example to be aspiring toward. I can say that for sure. You know, I am not doing very good at all as far as being successful by that measure. I've only figured out, you know, it's like I figured out the right direction to go, but I haven't figured out how to travel there yet. I know what to do. I don't know how to execute. But I know it starts with getting some kind of a business started, making a small business of some sort. That's what it's going to start with. Let me know what you think, Black, if you like this design better or worse than what we had before. Ooh, I did that perfectly. I think I've got too many lanterns in the living room, but that's okay because it's going to get split up and maybe have a dividing wall or something in there at some point. And I'm going to remove some of these lanterns that are on the ceiling and maybe changing things up again because... But look at that. It's just like... There's like a billion lights in here right now. In fact, I might even go ahead and... Let me think here for a minute. Let me remove these four. Let's do something. Let's break our rule here. See, we're trying to follow certain, if we have a design element or pattern or however you want to call it that we're doing, we want to occasionally shake it up and break it a little bit. So let's break it here and see what we think. It's slightly less lanterns, so it'll be slightly less, you know, silly looking, but and then I'm thinking I'm almost wondering if we don't want this. Oh, I can hear the fireflies. They're out. They're buzzing. You can hear them go bzzz. Do you guys know that fireflies are actually a beetle? I did not know that. I only recently learned that. Berry boy. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about the windows too. It was kind of bugging me. Alrighty, so maybe... Shoot, no. I think I know what I want, but I gotta get my brain to register. So are you working on your hardcore world, Black Belt? Is that what you're doing right now? Kind of back and forth while you're working at? Are you streaming? Alright, here's what I'm thinking. And what this gives the impression of is that, yeah, I like this. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, but I think this fits what I want in here. And now we don't have so many lights everywhere, so it's not quite so annoying. Now, if we want to push it further, we would also get rid of these other center lights. And continue the same pattern all through the middle. So for that, we would do this, I believe. Yeah, that's how that would work. But then the next question is, do I want to keep it like this, or do I want a little gap there? But I think I'm going to keep it like that because it makes sense that it would rest, the weight would rest on the pillar. But what do you guys think? Now we've got a little less lights. It's still a little crowded on the lighting, but it's not so much. I don't know if it's enough lights to keep the bad guys from spawning in here. Let me check our light levels. Oh, I can't even read it. It says 8 sky, 7 blocks. So it is kind of low, but it's not terrible. I don't know. Give it some thought. Let me know. If you want to sketch something out, if you have an idea, let me know, and I'll definitely look into it. So now, here's our next challenge. What do we do up here? I know we're going to have one more floor. Do we stick the floor out? Do we bring the floor in? Do we do the second floor like in this part right here, this big part, and have a roof part here? And have like a multiple roof level, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards. Like we would have a roof going on over here, maybe. I don't know. That's the next thing. That's going to take a lot of work trying to sketch all of that out and figure that out. But we've got it done. Inside is done, and I'm curious to see what kind of stuff you guys come up with, and you can put that at the Discord and let me know what your ideas are. I'm kind of curious. Okay, we've got everything all inside. Everything is done. We've got our path all cleared. We can walk around and get everywhere. We got to figure out what these rooms are going to be. We don't know yet. One of these rooms is going to be our enchanting area. This one we're going to keep pretty clear because this is going to be our entrance room, I think. This looks weird that we just have one of these, and I'm almost wondering if we should have another somewhere, like if we should have one right here, for example. But we'll think about that a little later, and we might split up things in here. We don't know yet. So let's go play around and try to figure out what we're going to do. I got to figure out what the best tool to use. My axe is about dead, so I have to go fix it, and I'm not willing to do that yet. So what I'm thinking is we might go ahead and we'll put all this down in here. Get rid of all the wood, the chains, all the extra stuff we've been carrying around here. Why do we have an egg? And we'll use stone. We'll use cobble or some other really common stone to sketch out our idea. We don't have a lot of cobble, but we can kind of fiddle around with some ideas with what we've got here. Let's look and see if we've got any more. Oh, no, we got enough stacks. We can do that. No, I do not know that, but it makes still sense. As long as there's enough light. I like the idea of a wide open floor without many dividing walls. Special secret level. I have 8 super smelters tied together. Now I have to put chunk loaders. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What are you smelting, man? What are you cooking? Are you cooking enough food for a small army? One other thing I want to do before we go any further, I want to grab some of the dark. I put it in the wrong spot, but I want to grab some of this brown terracotta. And I want to put it right along the top here, and I want to see if that's going to work or that's going to get in the way. I think it'll be okay, but it's getting close to my head level there, so we've got to keep an eye on this. Okay, so first idea. This becomes a roof. Alright, and we don't want it too high, we don't want it too low. Maybe a 3 up here will be fine. We of course don't know, and we also have to measure where our middle is. So let's count it out here. And we have our first problem. Alright, this is not going to work because it's going to be an even numbered roof. And we have no way that I can think of to change that. Alright, let's go pop out of my head again and look at this some more. One possibility would be to move it over a couple of blocks, but I don't think we'd even be in the middle then, you know. And we still have to figure out how this hallway is going to connect. Let me see what we've got. If we do it from here, do we have any hope? All right. So we can do it here, but I don't know that we want to. Because this becomes a problem now, because this is the edge of my roof. What do I do with this long, unless this is going to be like a balcony, which is possible. Hello, sir. my roommate. All right, let's see what we can come up with here. I was recently inspired by a little model somebody had done for a birdhouse. And I kind of had the idea in my head to do this steep roof, but I think it's going to be pretty steep without me having to do any special double block stuff. Music's getting a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down a pinch. Try that. This is a process here, folks. We're going to have to try different shapes, and we're going to have to try different ideas, and we're going to have to figure out what we like. That's the process. We don't know till we know. Everything. He probably doesn't need a ton of food, although he has some. Yeah, I imagine he's smelting ore blocks. Yeah, he's pretty adventurous for a villager. Kind of surprised by him. Let me take a look at this. Alright, then if we make that a deck, or if we... well, we can't trim it because we have chests there. One of the things we can do is we can create a flat roof on one side. The other issues, of course, if this is now going to become a second level, then we have to figure that out too. Let's get going on that next. I've got to funger it out. I don't want to kill too many of these leaves. I want to keep this tree right here, right up against things. Let's see, do I want 4 or do I want 3 or do I want some other number? I don't know. Because this gives us space for this kind of window, but I'm wondering if we should be a little lower. And then I don't really like making the upstairs the same height as downstairs. I'm not sure if that's how I want to do this. I don't really like the idea of this little teeny tiny window either. Now this is going to have a very high roof on top of the height that's already here, so this should be okay. I don't know. Let's go with 3. Build the upper cage. Gotta figure out how it ties into the roof. I smell food cooking and it smells really good. I must be hungry. And then we just gotta figure out how this ties into this thing over here. 'Cause I don't normally do designs like this every time it's something new. And then if I'm gonna have a flat, like have this flat right here. And then a roof would probably come to there and then go over it. I don't know exactly on that. And then this becomes part of the wall, I guess. I think it's an A-frame, but an A-frame's more just steep like a ceiling, and it doesn't necessarily have walls on the underside of it. Is my understanding, but my understanding might be a little wrong. Okay, so that's what we would have there. This would open up some way or another. It wouldn't actually have this here. This would actually open, and then we would have, I guess this would be part of this side wall. Alright, let's go down and get our stray bits of cobble that are scattered all over the building. The other one's probably on the deck. Yeah, we'll get a distance shot of it and we'll figure out if it's going to work or not. We also have to decide if we want to keep this wall here or we want to get rid of that. We don't know yet. We probably will not keep this. We will probably do something here, and then we might even have a roof part going down right there to give that a little more depth. Alright, let's rig up the A-frame part of this now to get that going. Dad did that, so he gets credit for that. He beat me to it. Cool. Okay, sounds good. You guys seeing that flickering? I just saw some flickering on the screen. I don't know what it's from. Looks like I'm gonna have some kind of barbecue sandwich thing. Sounds really good right now. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm still seeing it. So flickering off to the side. Trying to identify what's causing that flickering. It looks like parts of the oat water aren't rendering really good, but if I don't look, I don't see it, so it's fine. Oh, that's right. We needed to go one over from the edge. We did this wrong. Well, that's what happens when you're tired. Ah! Right in my face. Alright, I think we've got a general idea of our shape. This is our proposal for our shape. We don't know that this is what we're going to do. Oh, fudge. We don't know this is what we're going to do yet, but it's looking like this is what we're going to do. It could be a number of things, and my computer could be overheating. It is very hot today where I am. I hope you guys are keeping cool. Be sure to drink lots of water, you know, all the self-care stuff. Where I am, I think it's gotten into the hundreds today. Some of you guys probably have it even hotter than that. Alright, and then we got to figure out where the roof might go for the next part. I wonder what's causing that black flicker in the ocean. Alright, well that's good. Gatorade and sun hat. If you can stand it, try coconut water without sugar added. So no added sugar. If it has sugar in it naturally, that's fine. If you get a chance to get your hands on some coconut water, give that a try. Some people can't stand the taste, but that's far better for you than Gatorade. And that's what I use. I moved to that some years back, and I have not regretted it. It has been very nice to have that. I am going to... But other people don't seem to like the taste of it. So, what are you going to do? Alrighty, I'm going to move this out as well. Ah! Broke my legs. Some of us have no parkour skills. Oh my goodness, am I not going to make it every time? I'm determined now. Alright, that matches that up, and then that's going to be different on the side because that's going to be the other part of our frame. All right, let's get a view. Okay, I'm not 100% sold there, but what I might actually do is a bit of an angle here. We have an opportunity here to just kind of do an asymmetrical roof design, and I might jump on it. Oh, hey, look at that, folks. I have scaffolding if I would ever use it and had half a brain. Feel like Scarecrow if I only had a brain. I wonder if we want to do it maybe, how steep of this do we really want to do? Because we've got, let's figure out this design here. I need to figure this out. All right, that's design attempt 1. If we did slabs, it would go even lower. That actually works in a way because it's kind of following the angle of the roof. Even if it looks weird. But the next question is, do I want to do that or do I want to do it a different way? Because I don't like this kind of jarring angle here above the door. I don't think that looks good. So maybe the solution is to do something like this. Let me see how that looks. Yep, that could work. That's more of a flat roof on the side rather than a slant. So we have to decide if we want a flat roof or a slant, I guess. And that's what we have here too. So that does fit with everything else we're doing. We just have this giant arch. Did we move it over by one though by doing that? No, we didn't. Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, yeah. So that's basically what we had before, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Oh, really? Give me my scaffolding. Okay, well, let's figure out the roof layout. Let me read. Coconut water is good. Okay, hold on. I hear more. I see more reading here. Some breathable clothes and outer shirts so don't get sunburned. Yeah. If you can get some sunblock and put it on, I do recommend that. Coconut water. Coconut water gives you the potassium, which is in the electrolytes that you're getting in Gatorade, as far as I know. I mean, I used to drink Gatorade all the time, but coconut water does a lot more for me than Gatorade ever did. Yeah, I hear you on all that. Consistent top point angle, yeah. Okay, I think we've got that figured out. Now we just got to make sure of what our design for the other part's going to be. And I am changing my mind again. Even though I probably shouldn't. I want to go up to 4 high. I want to make sure there's plenty of room. I don't want to be cheap on the room, so I'm going to give myself a little more room. And we're going to go up one more. I think it's going to look better overall when we're done. I don't think it's going to look too odd. It will also allow this to match better, so it'll look better overall. Just a better overall appearance and overall shape, I think. And then not 100% sure that there's actually going to be this here. This will probably be open. More than likely. Yeah, and I'm not sure if this, not sure what's going to happen here with this yet. This music's weird. Well, that sucked. Alright, let me know what you guys think in the chat, but that's our design so far. And we're doubling. Well, I don't know if we're going to double this wall or not yet. Let's think about that one some more. Alright, now we need the roof design for this back part. And I was thinking this was going to have like a higher roof back here, or a different roof, but maybe it's just going to be the same height going at a different angle. So let's try that first. Unfortunately, we're all out of cobbly, so we got to go get some more materials. We need to rough sketch it out. That's what we're doing here. That's been my process, is to sketch out the shape. Once you have the shape right and you get it all down, everything else just falls into place. But you gotta have the shape first. If you don't have the shape, it's just not gonna work. So even though it takes a lot more work and effort, putting the time into getting that shape right is gonna pay off big dividends. Some people complain, you know, they don't like to do roofs because they are kind of hard, and I get it. But I never have a problem because I'm always working out my shape before I do anything else. It says there's some pieces that we're missing we gotta go find up here, and we can go to sleep after that. You're getting locked out, guy. Yep, sorry about that. But we don't want no bad guys getting in here. Alright, let's get another block or stack or two of these cobble. Let's finish out this roof layout and get that done. We're getting somewhere. I just want it to look good, and I am inspired to do a really high peaked roof, and I might even try and pull that off in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far I get today. Okay, all we've got is cobble over here. Cobble isn't going to do us any good. That's just way too hard to break. We got to fix all of our tools and stuff. That's going to look nice over there, though. The guy who is on top of the village. Holy smoked sausage. We have no cobble anywhere. Oh dearie me. Oh dearie me. I have no cobbles. I need another stack of cobbles. Do you guys have any cobbles? I guess we'll work on one of these bites. Whoa! Can't stop yawning, my goodness. Sorry about this mining session here. I'll have to fill that in later. Don't want to mess with it right now. Alrighty, folks, we got ourselves about a stack of cobble. It's almost enough to finish our little project, and we got a little iron, so that's good. And I always use a little extra iron. One more path. Hey, we're getting some gospel piano now. Alright, how much did that give us? 2 stacks. I think we might be able to finish our work with that. I don't know what we're going to do with all this gravel right now. Or this granite for that matter. Sleep fixed it. Is cobble Instamine with a beacon? What about stone? Cobble's probably Instamine, but I don't have a beacon at the moment. It's on the to-do list. I swear it is. Yep, that got me another stack. That should be enough. Let's go and finish our job. Stuff. Died to Warden like at least 4 times in hardcore. Man, I would never even... Well, I guess I might have fought the Warden in hardcore on the ATM10 Boston's server. I don't know if he has that on hardcore or not, but I think he does. But normally I wouldn't even fight. I wouldn't even try to fight the Warden on hardcore. That's just more than I want to ever handle. Too much is too much is too much. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking for the roof here. Let's get a little cray-cray. And what I would like to do is... Now this may not actually work at the end of the day. And I didn't even calculate out the size. So who knows, but let's find out. I mean, sometimes you have to swing wide, you know? And one of my favorite expressions is if you want to hit the moon, you gotta aim at the stars. And we've hit a roadblock like I don't know how to fix. Oh, boy. Boy, 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 boy. I think we're going to ignore it and hope it goes away. But let's see how this looks. It's going to be a double roof in the middle, which I don't know that I'm happy with. Oh! That's a little too high. That's a little too cray-cray, maybe. I don't know, man. You know what? Let's sketch it out as if that's what we're going to do and give that a try. But I think that might be a little too cray-cray. My tummies are rumbling. It's time to eat some food. I definitely worked up an appetite today. Now, did we mess something up over there? Because everything looks the same, but this does not look right. Let me go over there and see what we've got. I think we'll sleep up here in the rafters tonight. Alright, I'm gonna go a little bit odd. Actually, I might even go a little more than a little bit odd. No, for right now, let's just do this. See how that looks. My apologies to the villagers if they're getting munched right now, but I don't feel like sleeping till I get this run across. Tongue fell asleep again. Gonna use up all of our cobble that we got. We're not gonna make the roofs out of the cobble, just to be clear, in case you didn't know that. Cobble is just the easiest block I can break to test out my shape. Hello, Black, but welcome back. Usually managed to run away, but you know. I found an arrow worked really good on the Warden. Coral, nothing going on. Testing our super smelter right now by letting a minecart run through it right now. Testing is good. Built the super smelter and created to be able to bring it over to the hardcore world. Yep, I am. Dream Bliss is creating this from scratch. Yes, Sir Bob. This is a on-the-fly roof. Ooh, we got somebody. Let's go take a peek. What's he got on? And for me, hey, get back over here. I want to talk to you. Ooh, more pale. I'll take it. And I got some pale moss. I gotta get my money though. I'm all broke. Where are you at? We'll buy the moss. And we'll buy some pale wood. And that's all we can afford. We're broke. But we can use that pale moss later. But yeah, I'm winging this design right now. This is all straight out of Monogran. Wish I had more money for that guy. Do I have any more emerald stash down here? Or anywhere? Let's go see what we've got. I'd like to buy some more of his stuff. Ender pearls. Okay, so that's like the respawn or the spawn protection thing or whatever they do where they have an ender pearl and a water bubble thing. Is that how you do that? Okay, I'm familiar a little bit with that design. I just got a mod for this world specifically because this whole chunk loading thing came up about, you know, getting plants to grow when you're not around or whatever, and Unloaded Activity has refused to do any new updates, so no, I don't have any. Alright, well, let's just finish the roof and then we'll see how that looks. But I put a mod on here that you can create a loader, a chunk loader that will load that chunk area so it can grow. I use unloaded activity when it's working. That's my preferred mod for dealing with that, so that when you're not around, the crops can actually grow for you, you know? Is this an egg? It is. Okay, back to work. No laziness around here, man. Work off fingers to the bone. Even the trader agrees. He goes, uh-huh. Guys, let me know in the chat if you think that this roof is too high. Alright, let's zoom around the head. I'm kind of wanting to actually... Oh, if I round it off, it's going to look kind of like a barn. I don't really want to do that. But I almost wonder if I want to have a couple of single here at the top and then have the double there. I don't know. I'm making an executive decision. We're going to keep it. I have decided we're going to keep it, and if we don't like it, we can always change it later. It's painful, but it's easier that way. And I'll fill it out a little more so you guys can see how this bad boy will look when we get it all ironed out. I might do a little work off camera, but all I would be doing is just putting in the logs and getting everything, because this will be replaced with logs and wood, and I would just be doing that. I wouldn't be doing anything else. Alrighty, and then this big huge blank wall over here, we've got to think about these things. We've got two problems with this higher roof, and that's this whole thing over here. It's a big blank wall. We've got to figure out a way to fill that and make it look good. And then our other problem, pardon me for yawning, is what do we do about this? Do we continue this all the way over there and have it sticking out there? But that would look too repetitive, I think. So what I'm wondering, we'll probably have two instead of one, and have them be smaller in this wall, but I don't know what we're going to do here to make this look better. The more and more I look at it, I really do want to lower that roof. Darn it. I really do. That is a very high roof. Hey, what are you doing? I mean, this roof is almost ridiculously high. Seems a little silly. Alright, so what I was wondering... would that be too much of a rounding, or would that actually look... and that isn't really lowering it that much anyway, so I'm not sure it's even worth it. I don't want the space to feel too gigantic, you know? It doesn't really feel player sized. That's a little better. I think I can live with that, and we can always put a loft in. So I think this is going to work better. Alright, and then this is probably not going to be here. I don't know for sure. I know that there's gonna be some kind of a wall here of some sort. I don't know if that wall is gonna continue here and we will continue this pattern like right out through here, because I think that might look really good, but I'm not sure if I want to. That would look like that, and then I don't know what's going to happen with this part of the roof here. This is really going to take some imagination, which I don't currently possess. But that's how that would look, and then we would have something similar right here. Not quite right. Trying to think how this would be laid out. Is that how that would look? And is that accurate with what we have over here? Alright, well there's going to definitely be some problems getting that all to match up. Yeah, I forgot about him too, and I've been carrying around in my luggage this whole time. Oh, I see the issue. Okay, so we're one slightly off here. I think we're trying to match. Okay, I gotcha. We're trying to match. So maybe this would not go here. Maybe it would go over here. Things are a little unbalanced. I want to make them a little bit better. Okay, so that's just going to not be... Okay, so it's going to be even with... Pardon me. gonna be even with that, which means now this one should be moved over right here. But we got a problem because this does not match. Oh, okay, we can do it from right here. Oh, actually, no, that wouldn't be here. Okay, well, this is presenting... No, we're still off. We're off by 1. Okay, I see. We're trying to match this space up here, and it's not being cooperative. It's being a turd. This should match a little bit, so there should be a little gap. Oh, okay, so it is there. So we've got the gap and then the stand. The reason why it looks different is because we did this where we had... So now it would match. So to make that fit better, we would probably do it on each end. Like that. There we go. And then I don't know about the rest of it, if we'd want to have 2 there or what, but I think just the 1 for now. Get rid of this. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere now. Alright, now we fix this top part. I still think it's too high, but I don't think we can make it look any better than where it is. Alrighty, let's finish this up. Hey, I got a bunch of iron out of that. Not that I need any more iron. Okay, we have just enough cobble to finish our little design here. Let's get the rest of our blocks and let's take an aerial view This is the proposed design for our building. And yes, I think it does mean we might have to make like a loft space. And we might be able to even start with right here as the level. That's about halfway. We could have a floor there. And maybe figure out something to put in there. And then, okay, so let's see how this looks from a distance. Does this have the feel and the look that I want? And let me know what you guys think as well. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. I'm not 100% sold. I might change my mind, but for right now, I like what I see. So we're gonna call that our shape. So our next task, I don't know when we'll do it, and I gotta do some prep work first, but I'll try and do what I can on stream with you guys. Our next task will be to get this roof finished, but I gotta replace all that cobble with logs and figure out how this thing is gonna look. Alright, we're missing some blocks, so let's see if we can find them. It says there's one over here somewhere. And there's another one over here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. It says that it's lower down, but I don't see it anywhere. Okay, I think our playlist has just finished, and I need to find the rest of my scaffolding, get it all put away. Probably should make some more scaffolding. But that is a very good amount of progress. Alrighty, do I have any other pieces anywhere? No. Alrighty, folks, my stomach is grumbling. I don't know where this last block is. I see the red dot, but I can't find it anywhere. Maybe it's way up there on top. I'm going to go take a look before we go. But let's wrap this up here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. I may have all of this replaced with logs at that time, but I don't know for sure. Let's do one last thing and try and find this missing block that says it's over here somewhere. Maybe it's around where he's standing. No, it's not there, and I'm not seeing it show up in my block palette, so yeah, I'll call that a day. Yeah. Alrighty, one last aerial view. Give me your comments, thoughts, and suggestions. I'm thinking we're going to have a second level, probably about the level of this roof line right here. We might even have a deck or something. I don't know. We're still figuring out what we're doing with this hallway here. But I think we have an idea that's going to work. I don't really like the height of this, but I kind of like it, and I kind of don't like it at the same time. So I don't know what to do, but we're going to call that good. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Let me read this. I got some chat here for me to read. I built the super smelter and created be able to bring it over to the hardcore. Well, gotcha. Okay, I read that. Kitten wandered into our property. Is our kitten now. Is in healthy condition. Has been living with us for like a week. His name is Monkey. He didn't have a collar as most cats don't. There's also a dog that comes around a German short-haired pointer, much less brave than a cat. Yeah, really, the scaffolding is like what looks like chair legs. Oh, on my map over here, if you look in the bottom corner, if I put a block, like if I drop a block, you'll see a red dot there in the corner there, and it's on your screen on the bottom, bottom left. So if I go pick it up, it goes away. So I know that there's a thing that's been dropped. I used to have it set up where I could zoom. Let me get in here. And then I gotta go. It's time to go. But there's a zoom in, zoom out, minus equals. Yeah. It's not working. I can't. Oh, why is it on peaceful? That's not supposed to be where it is. Oh my goodness, how did it end up there? That's supposed to be on normal. I must have forgotten because I was loading chunks last night. Okay, let's try this again. Shift plus. No. Not gonna work. If I do numpad, will that work? There, now we can see it better. So if I drop an item, now you can see there's a red dot. Yeah, I just want to be able to pick it up. But yeah, I just zoomed it in, so that's going to make that a little easier. Alrighty. We're going to go to chat. If you have any last minute comments, thoughts, feedback, suggestions, let me know. I think that's been about a 3-hour stream, so I did pretty good. Oh, Flow State came back. He had some problems. He had some issues with his video. Let me get this going off the screen. I don't need to have your overlay because I'm going to have you right here in a minute. Go to my content. I am so hungry. Hungry. Anybody else hungry? Wow, I can't type. You have tacos. Oh, yum. You got salsa or hot sauce to go with it? You already ate. All right. Well, Black Belt, have a good supper. And Barry, get some good rest. And take it easy out in the sun, and if you can replace that Gatorade with coconut water, I think you're going to be a lot better shape. So I really suggest doing that. But again, I'm just a YouTuber. You know, you got to take all dietary advice with a grain of salt. And I'll send you a link to that book. All righty, good night, everybody.